Triple Eight Mega here, Bad Deck Enthusiast, and today I'm here with a new deck, Agents. But before I show you, please like and subscribe because it will help me out a lot. Now, I can't speak for the power of the deck, but we did climb from Platinum 2 all the way to Diamond 5, and as you can see, once we got to Diamond 5, it hasn't been so bad. So I do think the deck has a lot of potential. I wouldn't say to spend your gems on it yet, but I do think it's pretty cool. So now let me show you the list. Here is the deck list. I can go for the card by card. It's not really that difficult to explain. So pretty much, you know, your Mystic Shine Balls, this is your Link engine. You're going to use this to climb into your Halki Firebracks. Yeah, most importantly, your Protector of the Agents and your Celestial Night Lord Parshaft, because these are the combo pieces that you're going to need the most. Neptune of Agent of Life Neptune is a new card. What it does is you can discard it, special summon the agent from your hand to graveyard, and it has another effect where if you banish it, you can add your Sanctuary of the Sky to the field to your hand. So that's why you only play one, because a lot of your agents have second abilities if Sanctuary of the Sky is on the field. Agent of Earth is a normal summon. It's not your best normal summon, but it's a good one, and it adds any agent to your hand. And if Sanctuary of the Sky is on the field, it can also add a Hyperion to your hand. I'm not sure if it's just Master Hyperion or any Hyperion, but I could check that real quickly. Yeah, it's just Master Hyperion, but it's still pretty useful. Diviner of the Herald is pretty much your best normal summon and your backup plan. What he does is you send Trias Hierarchia to the graveyard, and when you tribute it, when you tribute the Diviner to summon the Hierarchia, it triggers the second ability of Diviner, which will then special summon a level 2 or lower fairy from your deck. So you summon the Eva, you go into your rank 2 play, and you play from there. Then you go, Venus is probably your best normal summon, because you summon your 3 Shine Balls from the deck, and then you make your Protector of the Agents, you make your Celestial Night Lord, you get to your field spell. So pretty much the goal of the deck, and I have to say that before I go into anything else, is to add Christia and special summon Christia to the side of the field if you're going turn 1. Turn 2, you can pop off with Access Code, you can pop off with Master Hyperion, you can pop off with Master Flare Hyperion, and it's pretty cool and it's pretty strong and it plays through a lot of interruption. Then we have Crossout Designator to protect the combo, because if you don't do combo, you're not doing anything. So we're playing 1 Nib, 1 Imperm, 1 Effect Veiler for that reason alone, the 3 Maxi and the 2 Ash. I would play a 3rd Ash, but I don't have one, so maybe I'll get my priorities straight and get another Ash, but for now we only have 2. The Underworld Pluto is another new card. What this does is if you have Sanctuary of the Sky in the field, then you can summon it off a Hulk, and it's a quicker play Book of Moon. So that's also another interruption you can look out for. And we are playing Hulk. We were playing Scythe package, but if you're going to Christia someone, then you don't really need Scythe. But for now, this is just a spell trap pop, if need be. And this is also a flex spot. I don't know what to put there. But yeah, Protector of the Agents, what it does is when you summon it, you can dump a Hyperion or Agent to the graveyard. And then if Sanctuary of the Sky is in the field, you can add Agent of Mystery Earth to your hand, which doesn't come up. It's probably not even useful. And that's pretty much it. The next boss monster you have is the Night Lord Parshaft. You can discard a card, add a Sanctuary of the Sky or a card that lists it to your hand. And then if you have Sanctuary of the Sky on the field, which you will, by the time you get to this card, you'll probably have Sanctuary of the Sky on the field. You can add any fairy to your hand instead. Also, if a fairy goes to the graveyard while he's on the field, you can special summon a fairy from your hand. You banish a fairy from your graveyard, you special summon one from your hand with a higher level, which will always be Christia, because you searched it. And all these other baby fairies don't have high levels, so pretty much that's the goal. This is also a decent way to screw your opponent's graveyard. Instead of what Hyperion does, where you banish a fairy to pop a card on the field, Majesty Hyperion banishes a fairy, and banishes cards from your opponent's graveyard. So it's pretty useful here. Sacred Warders in the Sky is like the rotor for the deck, and it also protects your agents and Hyperions from battle disruption. So that's pretty cool. And this is like a searchable effect veiler / imperm. And that's pretty much the deck. I can show you the combos. I will show you a few duels that stood out to me and the reason why I'm making this video. So thank you a lot, and please enjoy. So usually I would scoop if I had a hand like this. We're sitting here with our 2 shine balls in our hand and nothing else, you know. So, but I have Maxi, so I decided to, you know, try to play it out. So first we use Sacred Waters. We get us our Earth summons. We add Venus. We can't really do much, so we end our turn on absolutely nothing. But we have Maxi. So we see the invocation, the meltdown immediately. Maxi, he chains to teleport. He doesn't even want to give me that draw. He adds Alistair, goes to the battle phase. He doesn't even want to give me a draw. Then he says, you know what, this card didn't die. Let me make Mechaba. So he uses my Earth, he makes Mechaba, and he ends on Mechaba after giving us 1 draw. Absolutely nothing, but now we have full combo in hand. So let's see how we can play through Mechaba's negate. So we add, use Earth to bait out the Mechaba. Immediately gets banished. Okay, Sacred Waters, add Neptune. Now we could discard the Neptune, special summon the Venus. And now we can get our balls out of our hand. So 1 from the deck, 2 from the hand. And now we can make big plays. So we go into our, this is always going to be your first link. Protect of the agents. It mills an agent or a Hyperion. Send in Majesty, banish the Neptune. Neptune adds the Sanctuary in the Sky. Sanctuary in the Sky will protect us. And now here we go. Night Lord Parshav. So we banish the Alistair from his graveyard. Now we're going to discard, add a fairy to our hand. Now we're going to banish the Telly. I don't know why we did that. I think it was to get the right fairy count in the graveyard. Access Code Talker, powers up. Special summon Christia, adds back to Venus. Pop him, attack for game. And that's what happens when you just don't charge in the Maxi. Sometimes you have to take the Maxi challenge because you don't know what's going to happen if you don't. So this duel right here is an example of what happens if you just open up Diviner and you don't open up any of the other agents to do the agent combo. You can still do a pretty cool combo with Diviner alone. So here we go, normal summon Diviner. We get Impermed, but we have the cross out for the Imperm. So that's why we play 1 Imperm, get wrecked. So we're going to send the Trias Hierarchia to the grave. We're going to tribute the Diviner, special summon the Trias. Activate Diviner, special summon Eva. Now we're going to make our Guardian of the Agent's Moon. So we're going to activate the Moon, activate the Eva, banish the Diviner, add the Neptune, mill the Majesty Hyperion, banish it to get our Sanctuary in the Sky. That's pretty much the opening play. Then you go into Celestial Nightlord Parshav and you pitch anything to add Christia to your hand. Special summon Christia. That's an FTK against a lot of decks. Put him in defense mode to play around Lightning Storm. And if your opponent doesn't have Dark Ruler, Droplet, Chalice, anything like that, GG. So I showed you what we could do with a lackluster hand. I showed you what we could do going first. Here we are going second. Can we break a Sword Soul board with Chixiao, Baron, DPE, and a set Blackout with no hand traps? Let's see. So we drew a ball, so we didn't draw anything. Normal summon Diviner, he tries to target us to negate. We tribute it off for the Hierarchia. Usually, you don't want Hierarchia in hand, but it is pretty useful when it allows you to dodge effects like that. So let's see. We get to send Venus, we get to special Eva, we go into the Moon, and right here we're trying to get the Baron to activate its effect because we can pop off after Baron activates its effect. So we're not really worried about DPE, but the Baron needs to use its negate before we push for some sort of strong play. Evil will trigger. Banishing Diviner will add the Neptune. Neptune can special summon a card from the grave. Sacred Waters will add Master Hyperion. We also mill the Majesty Hyperion, and then we go for the Venus. So 100%. Popping Venus 100% is the correct play because it was going to lead to 3 Shine Balls on the field, and we could go into almost anything in our extra deck at that point. So we force out the Baron with Moon's second effect to pop a card. He negates us. So now we have Master Hyperion. We know this is Blackout. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of the Worm on the field first, and then continue playing to summon a second card. So we pop the Chi-Shao. Now we play our Sanctuary of the Sky, and then we can get a second pop. We pop the Baron, we summon our Majesty Hyperion, we banish the DPE from his grave, we banish the Celestial from his grave, and we attack him for 48. So right now we banish a lot of his follow-up, and we don't have much of form of interruption or anything, but we did play through all of that. So let's see what happens next. Dasher will summon Vishuddha. Dasher will get summoned by DPE. Vishuddha will link off into Monk of the Tenyi. Vishuddha will then bounce the Majesty Hyperion, which can summon itself again, so it's not really an issue. Now the Blackout we knew about pops our field, and he sets a card. And Dasher has another effect. We rip into a Veiler, which could be useful, but not really. Send a Venus, just so we can banish it to summon Majesty Hyperion. We go into Hulk. Hulk will then summon Butin. Butin is just a good tuner for the deck. And that's why you play that one. Now he has special summon Vishuddha, and he tries to end his main phase. I think he was going to end his turn. So doing that lets me know that there's probably a Blackout on the field. Like, you just summon a Worm and just end your turn. We tag out into Pluto. Pluto is a quick effect Book of Moon if you have Sanctuary of the Sky on the field or in the graveyard. So because we have our Sanctuary of the Sky on the field, in the graveyard, we can now Book of Moon whenever we want. We rip it to Maxi, which isn't really anything. Protect the Agent's Moon. And we get Imperm. But Pluto in the graveyard has another effect to add Sanctuary of the Sky back to our hand. And we summon the Sanctuary of the Sky. And we get Blackout. But we have Majesty Hyperion, so we banish the Moon, and then we banish his Vishuddha. We attack him for 21. Now we banish Dasher. I forgot it already activated, but who cares? And now he has nothing. So we managed to break through a whole board of DPE, Baron, Chi-Shao, double Blackout, and Imperm. So get wrecked. So once again, here's the deck, and yeah, I think the triple Shine Balls are pretty core to the deck, as well as the triple Neptune, triple Diviner of the Herald. I know it's tough, I know it's in another pack with the Heralds, but most of you guys probably play Drytron, so yeah, you already have it. Definitely core to the deck. It helps you play and make a full combo when you're not seeing your 2-card agent combo. So in a way, this is better because it is a 1-card combo. Triple Venus, because yep, that's probably your best normal summon as well. 1-card combo gets you 4 monsters on the field. I would say that's really good. And 1 Majesty and 1 Master, because they're searchable and they're kind of bricky. 1 Trias, because this is what you send off your Diviner to make your 1 Eva play, to get your fairies into the grave and start combo, to go into your Protector, your Night Shaft, add your Christia, banish your Neptune, get your field spell, and then summon your Christia. And if you don't know what Christia does, it says neither player is allowed to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Neither player can special summon monsters. So what you want to do is you want to summon this very last, and then pass your opponent and go GG. Put it in defense mode to play around Lightning Storm, and yeah, you shouldn't have any issues after that. So this is pretty much your winning card in your deck. You definitely need the 1 Christia. Play your hand traps however you like. And yeah, if it works for me, it can work for you too. Peace out.